This is my notebook cover made for me by Jennifer Harvey, who is on Chic Sparrow on Etsy. This is the creme brulee cover. It's been featured in Carrie Harling's videos and also in a series of videos by Jennifer herself on YouTube. This is the narrow size. It's narrow when compared to A5. The leather is cut wider than a standard size Midori, and that is to allow it to accommodate more inserts. I have 6 inserts in here, 6 notebook inserts, along with a 6-pocket file folder insert. I purchased the optional pen loop. This is what the notebook looks like without a pen in it, and the pen loop is attached. It's made of the same leather as the cover, and you can see that there are some ridged brads here, and they kind of mirror the rippled surface of the leather, and I really like that. Some vintage buttons that a family member gave me on my elastic. So let's go inside. And the scratches and everything rub out really, really well. I will say a note about leather conditioning. I do condition leather. I condition my leather Filofaxes as well. Every 3 months I pull them out of the boxes or off the shelf and condition the leather with Coach Leather Moisturizer. It is $10 for a bottle, and a little goes a long way. I'm not concerned, or I'm not interested in slowing down the aging process, but I don't want the leather to crack. The humidity and temperature in our climate can shift, and does shift several times throughout the year. And so I don't feel that conditioning it will slow down the aging process or the wearing process, but again, I think I do want the leather to stay supple, and so that's what I do. I condition it. The first insert I did not sew. It's a trimmed down Piccadilly brand insert. You purchase them in a pack of 3 at Barnes & Noble for about $6. They're lined, 3 in a pack, and they're like the Cahier size. And I'm sorry, I don't have the inch measurement in front of me. I took the pack of 3 to Office Depot, and they trimmed enough of the width off that it became a standard notebook Midori insert size. And they charged me a whopping 36 cents to do so. I know some folks have paid about $1 a notebook, but anyway, much cheaper. The paper, it doesn't work especially well with fountain pens. The ink will bleed through, but it is lined, and you can use just about any other pen that you want to in here, or a fountain pen if you don't mind bleed through. I originally made this for a quote insert, and hence the Mad Hatter's picture on the front where he's waxing poetic. This is old Stamping Up Halloween paper, referencing Hamlet, Cosmo Cricket paper, and again, things from my craft cave, and I've distressed the paper with Tim Holtz distress inks, and also just pulled random rubber stamps from my stash and decorated the cover, and also pages inside. Each page is different. Again, random stamps, 2 random pale inks that I could write over, and I just went to town. On the back, this mandala drawing was made by my daughter. It was a scrap from an art project, and I found it, and I asked her to initial it, and I put it in. I reinforced the edges on the underside with washi tape and folded it around, and now I have a pocket on the outside and a pocket on the inside. And in here I have a card that one of my other children made for me. So I'm using this insert for outlines on YouTube videos that I want to do. And I use gel pen inks, I use highlighters, whatever I have. And in the style of bullet journaling, I am starting to leave a few blank pages at the front of all of my inserts. I have numbered the pages. I number every other one. There's 49, so of course this is page 48. And if I want to, when I'm finished with this, or as I go along, I can do a table of contents here. If I don't want to do it, that's okay. If I want to do it, however, I have left room for that. Project Life cards that I have stamped, decorated with the same stamps, kind of randomly. And I use these as kind of business cards to give to people. I'll put down the information, email, telephone number, what have you, and I'll put them in here. I can use them as notes to put in lunches, suitcases. You get the idea. So that's that insert. This is the 6-pocket standard insert, sorry about the dogs, made in the style of the insert that Mary Ann on YouTube, who is Pocket Full of Vintage, features in her tutorials. And I made this from thin poster board that I bought at Office Depot. It came 3 sheets in a pack. It was the thinnest poster board that they had. This was recommended by Mary Ann to use to make this insert in lieu of a legal size folder. I didn't have legal size folders. I didn't want to pay $30 to buy 25 of them. So I took her suggestion and bought a package of 3 large sheets of poster board for just a couple of dollars. I made this insert from half of one of those sheets. The poster board that I used, as you can see, is double-sided, navy on one side, light blue on the other. Before I folded the insert, I stamped the blue side with a random background stamp. And these are just the punch-outs from the outside pockets. This beautiful insert was made by Ray Blake, who is my life all in one place on the internet. And it's wallpapered with canceled stamps given to me by Gina, who is in an art journal round robin group that I'm participating in, and also Monique Van Muellenbroek. Most of them are from Monique. They're canceled Netherlands stamps. It's very kind of her to do that. She is in the same art journal round robin group, and every time she sends me something to work on, she includes these stamps and other goodies, and I appreciate it so much. She also makes beautiful traveler's notebook covers too, and if this video doesn't get too long, I'll show you one of those. This insert again was from Ray Blake. He hand sewed it, he printed it and hand sewed it. I don't know if you can see the thread he used. I use this to hold addresses from pen pals, rack groups that I'm in, art journal people, and yeah. And that's I have wallpapered the inside and the back cover as well with canceled stamps. This is an insert that came with my black Midori brand Traveler's Notebook in black. And I just cut it up and put it on the back cover. And this wallpapering with postage and so forth is really a popular thing to do now, and it always makes me smile when I open it up to this page because there's history here. Let's see, Christmas insert, you may have guessed. This is old Christmas paper from a Christmas paper pack that I purchased at Target some time ago. The clock sticker and the calendar strip that wraps around to the back are from a paper company called October Afternoon, from the 9 to 5 collection that they make, and I have featured that collection in one of my first videos, which was a Franklin Covey walkthrough. So within this, I took different kinds of paper, including some more Christmas craft paper, including onion skin paper that I bought online from the papermillsource.com. I bought a ream of that, and I'll link that below. I also took paper from a Rhodia lined notepad that I had. I also took a piece of a Project Life photo pocket insert page that was 12 by 12. I cut a piece off that would normally hold 2 vertical portrait oriented 4x6 photos. I just randomly mixed that stuff up and I sewed it into an insert with some waxed flax insert. Excuse me guys, bear with me. You can use dental floss, you can use a thread as Ray did in his insert, whatever works for you. I punched 3 holes, went in and out, tied it at the bottom, and there you go. This is a Christmas embellishment from another Christmas kit that I had. And so what I've done here is tracks menus, party ideas, and gifts for individual family members. And for gifts, I've made a separate list for each family member. And I want to keep this in my notebook going forward. That's the plan at the moment, because whatever gifts I don't use for Christmas, I can carry forward and use for birthdays and other special occasions as well. And I'm hoping that this can hold some receipts and keep them out of the way of prying eyes. So this is the back cover, of course, and it's decorated with washi tape that I bought at Michael's last December. What I'm doing with my inserts, and I mentioned that I am incorporating pockets into the back of my inserts. This is a very easy thing to do, and I had a post on the Midori Traveler's Notebook Resources Facebook group of doing this, and others may have been doing this. I don't know, I didn't notice, but it finally occurred to me that the 12 by 12 scrapbook paper that I used to make the covers of the inserts, you can trim them down to the proper Midori insert height. Do not trim off the width though. Sew the notebook and then fold the excess back and tape it. You have an instant pocket. And yeah, it's just that easy. So again, if I don't want to use this insert, I can take it out, put it in another cover, and just keep using these. This insert, okay, so that's the second elastic. This is the third elastic, and alone on that elastic I have this journal, another one that I sewed, and this is all onion skin paper from the paper source. So here's a little geekdom for y'all, a little more. Turn up the volume on your monitor and put your ear really close to the speaker. I'll give you a second to do that. 1001. All right, are you ready? Here it goes. One more time. Crinkly paper. I love it. Absolutely love it. This paper is very thin, so of course you can see through it. There is what they call ghosting, but come on people, it's thin paper, right? It's thinner than the thin paper Midori insert. But like that paper, believe it or not, this can handle fountain pen ink like nobody's business. And I'm using this for journaling. I don't journal in here every day. I have another journaling notebook that uses Tomo River paper. I also have a Hobonichi A5. Sometimes I journal on that, sometimes all three. This is more the type of journaling if I want to dive into a topic or do a detailed brain dump, as they say. And I switch fountain pen inks with the wind. I have a SemiKolon paper notebook tab to tab pages that I want to refer to in the future. I got these from Amazon.com. And so here you can see, and I experiment with different styles of writing. Here on this page I have written horizontally, and then on the back I have written at a 90-degree angle. And why do this? Well, I'm experimenting with cross writing. It's a 17th century writing practice where to save paper and postage on letters in the 18th century, 1700s. Folks would write across with fountain pen, and then they would write perpendicularly on the same page, on the same side of the page, additional text. This got in, they got more bang for their buck paper-wise, and it also saved on postage by using less paper, because postage in those days was typically paid by the recipient. So the people that would write the letters would try to keep that cost down by writing this way and then writing that way. And as a lover of Jane Austen, I wanted to experiment with that. Obviously, I didn't do both on the same side. I have tried that. It is not readable. It might be a good thing privacy-wise, but I'm doing this. And FYI, as long as you use a fairly vivid ink, it really is more readable than you would think. Pale inks, not so well. Mixing colors, not so well. And there's a pen test there. And on this insert, as with others, I folded the paper back, and this one I washi tape, pocket, whatever I want. So onion skin paper, papersource.com, lots of pages, very little bulk. Love it. Okay, moving on, and I have this on its own elastic because I take this out to write on it. fountain pens don't do well in bound in Midori notebooks, as that's my experience, because it's difficult to get the tip of the pen close to the seam. And so because of that, I take it out when I use my fountain pen, and I have it on its own elastic in the middle. Very easy to do. So next elastic, last two inserts, stationery. These are old Creative Memories scrapbooking letters from my stash. More old paper. October afternoon sticker from that same 9 to 5 collection. Washi tape from Target. I sewed this one as well. The same onion skin paper, and I bound in with this a sheet of craft paper that had been trimmed for decoration. I could write on this with a wet gel pen. I can put in a pocket with a scrap of paper. You can use this as an index to and also to mark off chapters, etc., etc. Folded the paper back on the cover, punched it, reinforced the bottom edge with tape, taped it at the bottom. Here's another sticker from that October afternoon 9 to 5 collection. And I like how the skull eraser on these pencil shows through just right there. Bonus. And so anyway, all onion skin paper. And this is to keep track of orders and buys, as the label says, inventory of pens, nibs, etc., notes on inks, notes on pens. And I didn't have the tabs and the sections when I started to write in this insert. I just wrote on it as I ordered things, as I tried things, and that was fine with me. And then when I put in the tabs, I stuck with the same insert, and I just decided randomly where I wanted each section to start. I have a very relaxed attitude about my inserts. Here, let me wax philosophical for just a moment. Folks can be nervous about writing in their inserts when they first start because they don't know what they're going to write. They don't want to ruin it. They think their handwriting's bad. There's half a dozen reasons, and I've been there. I changed my format of this insert. I had things written randomly, sequentially, but I left them in there. I didn't start over. I'm keeping the same insert for its same intended purpose. If you go to the ink section, you'll find notes about a pen, not just inks. If you go to orders and buys, you have kind of a review, a budget for a binder that I may order at $300, we'll see. And that's okay with me. Totally relaxed about that. If I ever want to archive this someday, I think it'll be okay that the tabs aren't exactly perfect. You know what I'm saying? So write in your inserts. Don't worry about the content. Don't worry. You don't have to make a decision about what it's going to look like 6 months from the day you start. Don't put that pressure on yourself. Enough said. Okay, so back cover, as I said, folded back to make a pocket. So this is the 4th elastic again. The last insert on that elastic, and in this cover is a Bible study insert. I can't remember where I got this paper. It's random. Again, I've had it for a while. This is a Tim Holtz file folder tab that I have in stash, and this is for Bible study. And to give this a sense of presence and place and also some privacy, I braided 3 pieces of fiber, twine fiber, and I just tie it with a bow. And just thread the elastic. It's not attached to the insert, it just threads through around the cover. And I like doing that. Again, a sense of place. Makes it special, makes it a little more private. And this is just one of those lined Piccadilly inserts. And lather, rinse, repeat. Fold the cover back, tape it, and you have a pocket. So this was a party piece of decorative paper. That's okay with me. I just love it. So I went to the internet from a blog and printed out a non-copyrighted Bible reading program. It's Read Through the Bible program for shirkers and slackers. Yeah, there's no time pressure on this, is my excuse, and it works out really well. As you read something, you just check it off sequentially. So we'll see. I'm hoping that will work for me. Here's the inside of the pen loop. And there you have it, folks. That's it. And again, a very relaxed attitude about my notebooks and how they're used. If I don't like a format, this is going the opposite way, but that's okay. If I don't like the format, I change. I'll change midstream. I'll add file tabs where there were none before. That's okay. This planning system isn't, I don't have any planning activity, as you can see in here, none at all. I use a Hobonichi A5 planner for my daily and forward planning. I think of the content in here as the content that would be behind divider tabs in a file of facts. It's not loose sheets, of course, it's bound, which makes it a little bit easier if I want to take a part of this with me to work on. If it were a file of facts, I would have loose sheets that I'd have to binding clip together or take the whole thing. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. I can just take out the single insert from this one and put it in a bag. I don't generally take this. This stays at home. It is big, it is heavy, it's bulky. Unless I'm going to be somewhere for a while. If I'm going to a library, if I'm going to Starbucks to hang out, then I'll take it with me. That's fine. I'll take it with my Hobonichi planner. I'll load up a backpack, and there you go. It's a lot of fun. Most of the time, though, it stays at home. I do have a file of facts. I'm not using it at the moment. Again, I'm using an A5 Hobonichi to plan. But this is working out pretty well, and there are planner inserts available if you're interested in doing that. For work purposes, I use my Midori brand Traveler's Notebook. Again, this is black. It has just 3 inserts in it with a color coding pen from Hobonichi. I take this with me when I go to work. I don't take the narrow creme brulee or anything in it because when I'm at work I will not have time to use them. So I have a work calendar in here and some other inserts. So that is one that I'm using. One other cover that's in use is the cover a burgundy cover made by Ray Blake. And this holds art journal inserts. I'm taking a class with Romany, When Frogs Sing. I'm way behind Romany, I am so sorry. And also for the art journal Ron Robin, there's an insert in here. Monique made the basic insert and I've decorated it with envelopes and things that she has sent me. So anyway, this holds art journal stuff. When I go somewhere, again, if on an occasion where I have time and I'm going to be somewhere, I will load up. I'll take this one and this one and this one, and there you go. But again, this one usually stays at home. This one goes to work. This one stays home and I pull it out when I'm doing art journal round robin or art class online. I want to show you one more cover that I have. It doesn't have any inserts in it at the moment, but it will soon. This is a beautiful ombre cover made for me by Monique. And she's in the Netherlands, and I asked her that if she could make one that had red, gold, brown, and black, and kind of an ombre effect. The daylight has a blue cast, and so it's not showing the color very well, but it's absolutely gorgeous. This is standard Midori brand size, which I'll mention for reference. She has sewn in a bookmark, if I can untangle it. She has stamped my name on it, and she gave me a key charm, which I put on here. This has 2 elastics, and you can fit comfortably really up to 6 fairly thin inserts in this. Yeah, and I've used this before in the same capacity as, say, this one or this one. I have put, I think, up to 5 inserts in this before, and because it's standard Midori width, they will stick out a little bit. That doesn't bother me. It's beautiful. And so I switch out between these covers like you would a file effects binder. I enjoy that. It doesn't bother me. And Monique and Ray both put their elastics on the spine to aid writing. The creme brulee notebook from Jennifer, as I pointed out, has the elastic coming out of the back, and the leather is thick enough and the elastic's long enough that I can get it out of the way. It doesn't seem to be interfering with anything. So that's it, and thank you very much for watching. I have other videos coming up. I have joined the Orla Keeley pencil case rage, and I'll do a review on that pretty soon. It'll show you what I'm carrying, how I'm carrying it, and why. And I will also do a video soon on my A5 Hobonichi planner. The 2015 has been ordered, but I'd like to show you what I've done for 2014 so far with that planner. So thanks again for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please note them below, and y'all have a great week. Bye.